I know I say this about a lot of the fan casts I do, but do we really need a remake of this one? Of course not. But that is what makes it so likely we're going to get one. What are we doing today? I'm glad you asked. What's up, guys? It's Pieman, and welcome to another fan cast. Dude, so many fan casts. So many fan casts. We have been doing plenty for Halloween, and you know what? We might end up doing 3 this week. That's how many requests we've gotten for Halloween-y style ones that I want to get in before the end of the month. So, welcome to the first of potentially 3 this week. This is going to be great. So, Monsters vs. Aliens. Yeah, we haven't done that many DreamWorks still. You know, we've made our way through a couple. Road to El Dorado was one we did ages ago. Shrek we did eventually. Sinbad we did quite recently. God, sexiest movie ever. But Monsters vs. Aliens, you know what? Fun movie. Fun, slightly underrated, definitely movie. And I really enjoy it, you know. It's got great stuff about it. What's not to love? It's just comedic, fun, and there's superhero stuff kind of mixed in there, you know, kind of. And it's great, you know. What's the problem? Well, there's, I don't know. I feel like there's some things that could be improved upon. You know, the backstories of some of the characters, more around some of them. There's just more you could, like, you know, see in this. So I kind of think, if they were... They're probably not going to do a live-action version of this anytime soon, at least. But if they were to do one, I'd like them to go a little bit longer. I'd like them to expand upon some stuff. And to do that, you're going to need a pretty great cast. So here it is. Susan Murphy. Oh, man. I love Susan. She's such a nice, great character, you know. But she is kind of... She's kind of finding her strength throughout the film, you know. Both in turning into Ginormica and therefore having a huge amount of strength. But also finding the strength to kind of step away from Derek. Goddamn Derek. Oh, Derek. Nobody likes Derek. Yeah, Derek. But who can play Susan? It's Emma Stone. It's Emma Stone. Unquestionable, right? If there's anybody out there that hates Emma Stone, I'll fight you for her honor, okay? And not just because La La Land gets me every damn time, but because she's kind of this perfect, adorkable girl next door. She's so sweet and great at this kind of happy, nice role. But I think that style that she brings to it will make it seem like a proper journey for her character going, you know, kind of bringing out this hero within and stepping out from under the thumb of Derek. And that's definitely what I'd like to see. You know, I'd like to see her journey as more of this big circle around, while still being this happy, nice person all the while, you know? It's so cool. And next, B.O.B., not the musician, not the rapper, Bob, okay, Bob, is a blue blob. Yeah. Yeah. There are definitely a couple of characters in this where you are once again mostly casting for the voice because, well, I mean, anybody can really do general motion capture. Some people are better at it than others, you know? For Bob, I mean, basically, you know, because some of these characters, you just need to cast the voice again, really. I'm going to put it out there that I'm not recasting any of the original cast, you know. So I'm not saying they wouldn't do a great job and did a great job in the original. I'm just, as I always do, actually trying to come up with an alternative idea, okay? So Seth Rogen in the original did a great job as Bob. You know, he was great. There was nothing wrong with him. But if they were to do it again, they could go someone slightly different, like Zach Galifianakis. I think I actually said that right. I'm quite proud of myself. I think that was good. Yeah, Bob is this sweet, kind of confused character, and to me, he feels a lot like Alan in the Hangover movies. So, you know, a lot of Zach's roles are kind of these not-so-bright characters that Bob perfectly represents. So I just think he'd be a bit different. You know, Seth Rogen naturally comes off as this kind of, like, louder mouth character, even though he's not that smart, and I'm kind of like, well, you know, sometimes it might be fun for Bob just to be looking around kind of confused. Zach would be really good at that, even though there's only so much he can show when it's just a CGI blue blob. Next, for Missing Link, I mean, yeah, again, you know, Will Arnett did such a good job for that one. He's so good at voice acting these overconfident guys. My God, he's so good as Lego Batman. And he really nailed Missing Link, and I'm kind of like, well, if it's not going to be him, you got to get somebody else who can do these really overconfident voice actors. But also for this one, definitely, it's a bit more CGI motion capture heavy, probably. And I kind of think, okay, well then get someone who can kind of do this kind of like action stuff as well. So I'm going to cast Zachary Levi. Yeah, definitely. I mean, aside from Shazam, okay, he was Flynn Rider. You know, how can you argue with that? He's perfect for any overconfident character. He's so good at that kind of thing. But as Flynn Rider, he ended up showing like his heart and stuff a lot more. And I think Missing Link should do a bit more of that, you know, kind of open up to the rest of them, showing like, you know, he hates how people run away from him. He doesn't like that, you know? And none of them really do, all the monsters, you know, so it could be a real kind of Breakfast Club moment between like the four of them, you know, kind of going, God, it's so unfair why people run away from us, just judging us by our looks and stuff like that. Messages. Plus, I mean, Zachary Levi, Emma Stone. Could we make Monsters vs. Aliens into a musical? That's silly, right? Unless. Next, Dr. Cockroach. Damn, Hugh Laurie again. He could totally do it, and he was great at it, you know. This cast was awesome in the original for sure, right? But if you're going to cast someone great at quick talking, really smart sounding, and able to pull off kind of this, I'm going to call it lovable, condescending tone that he kind of speaks to the rest of them with, you know, that's definitely what he goes all in for. And Hugh Laurie was great at that. He's so good at that in House. You love him in that, even though he's so condescending, such an asshole. You know who else is a condescending, smart asshole? Sherlock in the TV show Sherlock. Benedict Cumberbatch should play Dr. Cockroach. That would be so cool. Plus, he's so fun in animated roles. Like, as the wolf in Penguins Madagascar, I actually really liked him in that. Didn't love the Penguins Madagascar as a film, but I loved him in that, you know? And it's just the kind of thing he'd love to do. And he's worked with DreamWorks before in Penguins Madagascar, so it's kind of like, alright, that works on lots of levels. And I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I just love Benedict Cumberbatch, of course you do. God damn. Plus, between, you know, all the Marvel films, stuff like that, he's plenty used to doing CGI motion capture work if they wanted to do it for Dr. Cockroach, which they might. Next, Galaxar. Damn, Galaxar. Guys, gotta love Galaxar. Rainn Wilson, Galaxar. Damn, this cast was good. But if you can't have Dwight Schrute for a role, you get Michael Scott, right? I'm going to cast Steve Carell as Galaxar, definitely. It'd be a different style of this crazy villain, but Steve Carell would be equally insane as Rainn Wilson, you know. Absolutely. And he's so good in things, you know, like Despicable Me as Gru. Oh, and he's got like a crazy voice in that, so you could do an equally different crazy voice for Galaxar if they wanted something a bit different. I don't know what way they'd want to go for Galaxar in a remake. Do they want him to be scarier or something? I'd kind of doubt it. He seems like quite a non-threatening villain, basically the whole film, despite being very threatening. So I kind of think, yeah, no, that'll work. Plus, he's done plenty of other. Steve Carell's done loads of animated work, actually. He did Over the Hedge, he did Horton Hears a Who, as well as all the Despicable Me films. Man's been everywhere and done everything, and he'd make for a different, but equally hilarious Galaxar. Next.
Derek Dietel. That monster.
Frankly, you just need a kind of basic white guy actor who can definitely pull off that douchey boyfriend role. Who am I casting for that mean-sounding description? James Marsden, yeah. Even when you were meant to like him as the boyfriend in the X-Men films as Cyclops, you know, he just kind of was relegated to the boyfriend that we kind of hated, you know? It's crazy. And in things like Dead to Me, he's the boyfriend who you kind of hate and stuff like that. He seems to come off as that a lot. And I'm just kind of like, that's kind of mean. And it's mean for me to typecast him in that kind of role. But he's good at it. He's good at it. And he'd help make Derek lovable in how, you know, we'd love to hate him. And this will help him stay in that fun wheelhouse he seems to have of wandering about with all these CGI characters. Yeah. Hop. Sonic. That doesn't often happen to people twice. It's weird. Next, General W.R. Monger. What a badass general. He lost his tear ducts in Vietnam, guys. That's how badass he is, okay? You need someone who, if they wanted to do some actiony bits for him, you know, that's my thing, so I don't want to cast too old for him. But you can cast, like, kind of fairly middle-aged towards old. Someone just with this great authoritative voice. I am going to go for Dennis Quaid. Yes. Yes. I saw him recently in the new Midway movie as this older army general kind of guy. And just the way he sounds makes him so perfect for that kind of role. My God. I just kind of went, hell yeah. He would relish, he would flourish in this role as such an over-the-top comedic general, man. And he is, I think Dennis Quaid's still just about young enough to get in on the action a little bit if they wanted, since he's not just a CGI role, you know? Next, finally, a very important role here. Very important role. Oh, by the way, I didn't really cast Insectosaurus. You could get some great voice actor like Frank Welker to do. I always just use him, I'm sorry. That's my cop-out person, Frank Welker, to do a role of someone who doesn't actually talk a lot. It's not important. It's not a thing, okay? President Hathaway is the final one. His name is President Hathaway? Okay. I mean, I don't feel like we can top that craziness in the style of president they had. Playing the piano to try and make contact with the aliens, that bit, like, genius. My favourite scene in the movie. But I don't feel like we can do that again so much. You need a crazy president, for sure, but a different style of crazy. And if you did still want him to dance, it's got to be Kurt Russell. Yeah, off the ball. Definitely older than they had the president in that last one. But I want him to do a different style. But if you want him to still do like the dancing and stuff, the craziness, just look at the Christmas Chronicles. You know when he did the prison Santa dance scene? That was epic. That was epic on the level of the president in the Monsters vs. Aliens scene. You know, so I'm kind of like, wow, yeah. No, if they were to do that scene in live action, I'd want it to be Kurt Russell. Oh yeah. And he's just hilarious in his ludicrous authority figure roles, you know. Talking, like, aside from Christmas Chronicles, his role in Fast and Furious movies is so funny in that. Hateful Eight, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Sky High, my God. Everything he's done in the last 20 years is just awesome. Genius. I love Kurt Russell. Yes. And that is all for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for plenty more fancasts, probably multiple more fancasts coming this week, and plenty of other stuff on the channel. So check all that out. Please do subscribe and doinkle that bell. What is the word? Shit.